Hey wavies and curlies, this is Stacy from the Frizz Girls with part 2 of my how I'm going to do a quadruple unicorn cut on my hair. So there's a couple things you're going to need before you start cutting your head. First, clean wet hair. Your hair wants to be sopping wet. Mine is sopping wet. I have no leave-in because I'm going to do a cut, and most likely I might have to jump back in the shower to add leave-in and then come back and finish my routine. You want to make sure you have a spray bottle of water in case your hair starts to dry out. Some of you who have high porosity hair like I do, sometimes your hair dries really fast and you need to get it soaking wet. So make sure you have some water handy in case you need to wet your hair. You're going to want a rat tail comb. This is what it looks like, okay? This is good for sectioning and parting to make sure you get your hair where you want divided. You're going to want a pair of scissors, not just regular scissors, but shear scissors. These are hair cutting scissors. There was a 2-pack at Kroger during COVID, buy one, get one free. So I bought one and I got one free, and this is the new one because the other one's feeling a little stiff and I think it needs to be sharpened, and I don't know where to go to get it sharpened where I live. So that's kind of on hold. And then next you're going to want to have some brushes for detangling and getting your hair straight as possible. So I have the denim brush, which I use for styling. I also have the Bounce Curl Define styling brush, but then I also have my backup. This is the original, like the original scrunch it brush, and it's made out of wood, and you can see that here. This one sometimes I find is the best brush to detangle my hair, especially at the ends and mid shaft if I can't get a brush through. So sometimes I will use this. I have clips to pull my hair back. And then when I'm done, I'm going to use Kenra Curl Glaze Mousse number 13. This is a great one and done product, especially if you have wavy hair and you can't do a lot of products or a lot of heavy products. Kenra Curl Glaze Mousse number 13 is amazing because it's super lightweight and it's a mousse and a gel. So when you shake it up, it'll come out like a mousse. And then when you rub it in your hands, it'll look like a gel, and then you'll put your hair, scrunch it, and then style it and go, whether you're gonna diffuse it or you're going to air dry. And then I've got my handy dandy pick for drying my hair, and then I also have my satin scarf to take out the extra water. So when you do, now the camera's probably gonna go up and down at times because I'm short, and you need to be able to see my long hair when I flip upside down, and I might end up looking in my mirror over here. So if you look over here, I have a mirror. And the reason why is the camera space on my phone might not be big enough for me to see. So the first thing you're gonna do is pretty much flip your head upside down. And you're gonna brush all your hair forward. And I'm gonna pull the camera down so you can see. And yeah, you'll see my lovely background of my pictures as well as my bed. And probably my suitcase on the floor because I'm leaving. Yay! So, and you're just gonna brush all your hair forward into a ponytail. So as you can see, and you wanna get it as smooth as possible. So I'm just running the Bounce Curl Define styling brush through my hair. And sometimes it's just faster to do the original scrunch it brush. And you wanna get it straight as possible. Okay. And you want to gather it into a ponytail on top of your head, kind of like a unicorn horn would be. And like I said, I have no leave-in in my hair today, so okay. And you want to brush it through. And you want to gather it together like a unicorn. I'm just going to use this clip here to clip it, okay? You can use a ponytail holder, but I'm not going to. So see, it looks like a unicorn horn, right? This is why we call it a unicorn cut, okay? You're going to brush it out. And you want to grab the ends, and they should be sopping wet, okay? You're gonna hold it upwards and cut at an angle however much you want. My hair's been a little bit long and wonky and the styles are crazy, so I'm gonna take about 1 inch off cutting upward. So here's where we're at. And it's gonna fall to the floor. I have hardwood flooring, so I'll just sweep it up when I'm done. I'm not gonna stress about it right now. And you're just gonna cut upward on an angle. like that. Okay, that's cut number 1. Now I'm going to take it down. I'm actually going to flip it upside down, shake it out. Then I'm going to grab around here. So from under my ears and upward underneath. And you want to try to have an even space. So sometimes the rat tail comb does a really great job of straightening the hair out. And if you feel like your hair is getting wet or dry, just add some more water. Mine is like literally sopping wet. And you just want to grab the bottom half of your hair and pull it out of the way. And then you want to grab like the half. So I'll turn my head around. So you can kind of see where it's splitting apart and where it's dividing. I'm not great at sectioning my hair. I don't care. But I'm going to brush this forward. I'm going to go in with a Bounce Curl Defiance brush first. And you don't want to have product in your hair when you're cutting. You want it to be clean and wet. Now, yes, you can do this dry. I know someone's going to be like, can I cut my hair dry? Absolutely. Yes, you will have shrinkage if you cut it wet, especially if you're a curly hair. Your curls will shrink if you cut it wet. But because I have long wavy hair, it's easy, and I have a lot of hair, it's easier for me to cut it wet. And I've done this multiple times, so I kind of know where to cut my hair and how to cut my hair. So I'm just going to keep brushing it forward. Like that, okay? I'm going to clip this here, twist and clip. Then I'm going to take the original scrunchie brush and I'm going to brush it again. I want nice straight hair. Well, as straight as my hair will go. So dun-da-da. Gather it again, okay? Cut upward on an angle about an inch, half an inch, 2 inches. I'm going to do about an inch, give or take. And the hair's just going to fall to the floor and I'll sweep it up when I'm done. Okay, so that's cut number 2. Flip your head up, shake it out. Okay. Gather it again. Okay. Okay. And you can see I don't even have any product in or everything, and it's already waving up. And I'm just going to brush all of this straight so I can figure out where my divider is. And sometimes cut number 3 and 4 are literally the hardest because you're taking smaller sections and you think, oh, it'd be so much easier. Well, when you have a lot of hair and it's long like mine, it's not so much. So I'm just going to twist and clip right now. And then I'm going to take my rat tail comb and just sort of comb out my hair. And sometimes when I have a hard time combing, I know that means it's starting to dry. Because I have high porosity hair and it doesn't take no time to get wet and it takes no time to get dry. Okay. And let's see. I'm going to turn to my mirror over here so I can see the sides to see what I need to pull down with my rat tail comb. Because this screen is a little small. The mirror is a lot bigger. So I'm just going to take and pull. And as you're doing this, if you find that your hair is starting to dry fast and it needs to be wet, water is your friend, okay? So you're just gonna kind of divide, roll this up, pull this down, and I'm gonna take this and pull this up this way. And it does help if you have a second person, but if you don't have a second person, you could totally do this by yourself. And this is the advantage of wavy curly hair, that sometimes your part doesn't need to be perfect because your hair will hide it. So that's something. So I'm just going to take and pull this down, and then I've got some hair I'm going to pull down, and I'm going to split this up here. So this feels about good. So what I'm gonna do is take this clump of hair and use this clip to clip it out of the way. Now I'm gonna use my big mirror again to do this side to see how it looks. So I'm just gonna turn, see where we're at, and sort of figure out where my line needs to be. It's not as easy as it looks when you have a lot of hair and it's long like mine. And if you've got hair in the way, just take a clip and just like clip it out of the way. It's like not that big of a deal because it's gonna get brushed and cut out anyways. But we're trying to get that unicorn again. So about here. Okay, so that's pretty decent. And I'm just going to twist and clip this side here. Okay, now I'm going to take this clip out. I'm going to take this clip out. My hair's pretty wet, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water in it. So I'm just going to spray it. And you can see it's already waving up and I've got nothing in it. Like literally just shampoo, conditioner, and rice water. I don't even have leave-in. And you're just going to brush it out. And you want to make sure it's sopping wet and it's almost straight when you brush it. Obviously, if you have wavy curly hair, it's probably going to curl back up. As you can see, it's got like a little bit of matting, so just add some water. I'm actually going to use the scrunchie brush. Don't ask me why this brush is so good to detangle. I don't know, but it works so good. So you're just going to brush everything forward. And I'll show you the back of my hair here in a second. If the part in the back doesn't look great in my hair, guess what? I don't care because this hair is going to lay over it. You won't see it. So I'm not going to stress about it, and you shouldn't stress about it either. Okay? Just brush it like this. Just brush it like this. Okay, now take your clip. Clip it. Again, this is our third unicorn cut. This is our third cut, okay? Gonna brush it down. And I may not even do leave-in today because I'm too busy to get back in the shower for that. So I may just skip leave-in and call it a day. Take your hair, hold it upward, cut on an angle up. Okay? I just cut more. It's on the floor. I don't care. I'll sweep it up when I'm done. Now, flip your hair up. Shake it out. Now you're going to get like the top part, like the crown area. So you're just going to pull it up. And you might have to take your clips out. See, my hair's already waving right now. There's no product in it, nothing. Gonna pull that out. I'm gonna pull this clip out so I'm not smacking myself with it. Okay, I'm just going to brush this down. I'm gonna brush this down. Okay, now I'm going to brush this forward again, like this. And I'm going to turn and look in the mirror to see my part, to see if I need to fix my part. Okay. It's actually not terribly bad. Okay, let's see. And you're just gonna try to find your part the best you can of where you wanna part your hair at. Sometimes it's really easy, and sometimes it's a pain in the hiney where your hair splits at. Okay, that's too low, so we need to go here. This needs to go here, this needs to go here. Okay, that looks decent. So here is the side, here's the other side, and then I'm going to show you the back. And this is how the back looks. Okay, so now I am going to brush this again forward. So this is going to be cut number 4. I may actually surprise you and not do a quadruple unicorn cut. I might do a 5th one. So that would be, I don't know, cinco for 5 in Spanish. I don't know. I'm gonna pull here. I'm gonna twist and clip. Okay. Gonna get the rest of this hair out of the way. Okay. And I'm going to take my rat tail comb and I'm going to straighten it out. Take my scissors, okay, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut in an upward angle about 1 inch. All right, there is my quadruple unicorn cut. And I'm going to pull this back. I actually might do a 5th cut. I don't know yet. And as you can see, my hair is actually automatically falling where it is. I normally have a side part, so it's actually falling where it actually normally goes. Okay. So I haven't added any more water. I've had no leave-in. I've got no product. I'm going to pull the camera up just a teeny bit. Okay. Okay, so that is a quadruple unicorn cut. Okay, the length here is pretty good. I'm gonna probably give this area a cut and shorten it because it's laying weird. So I'm just gonna do a triple now. I'm gonna do a 5th one, which I don't know what a 5th would be called. You know, we have single, double, triple, quadruple. I don't know what you call a 5th cut. So we're gonna surprise and do a 5th cut. So we're just going to brush it with the scrunch it brush, the original. Okay. Twist it, clip it. I'm just gonna brush this out. And I'm gonna look in this mirror just to make sure everything looks okay. Like, can I live with where I'm cutting? Oh yeah, I can live with where I'm cutting. And as you can see, my hair is already starting to dry. I have high porosity hair, so it takes no time to get wet and or dry. It takes me like literally 10 minutes to dry, to diffuse. So, but I'll re-wet it before I put product in. Okay, so here is where my part is at for the front. So now we're gonna do actually a 5th cut. So I've never done a 5th cut. I've only done up to 4 cuts. So we're gonna do a 5th cut. Surprise, we're doing a 5th cut for the bangs. So we're going to twist them, clip them. I'm gonna take the rat tail comb and just straighten it. And then I'm going to cut at an angle upward. And that's it. So now I'm gonna take this out. It's on the floor, it's fine. I'm gonna flip my head up, shake out my hair. And I've got this wonky piece, I'm not gonna stress about it. And that is the cut pretty much. So you section your hair however many times you do your cut, and you want it to be like a unicorn on the top of your head. Twist it, or you can use a rubber band. As you can tell, I'm lazy and I'm not going to use a rubber band or a scrunchie. And then you're just going to keep doing that. You want to make sure your hair is sopping wet. So if your hair starts to dry quickly, water is your friend. And as you saw, I have a number of brushes that I was using. So we're pretty much done. I really didn't lose much length. As you can see, my hair's pretty long. And everything now should sort of spring back a little bit more curlier. So sometimes for wavy hair, the longer our hair gets, the more that the wave pattern stretches and it pulls. So sometimes your waves might not be as prominent. So you might need to take a cut to cut some of the weight off for everything to kind of come up. Obviously, if you're a curly girl, your hair is going to be way more curlier than a wavy. I'm on that wavy curly spectrum. I'm 2C, 3A. So my hair hovers on the wavy side mostly, but I do have some curls in the 3 area. So I'm kind of at that border where I'm still wavy, but I'm also curly. I'm not full curly and I'm not full wavy. I'm kind of like right there on the border. But this is what my hair looks like. So what I'm going to do is probably re-wet my hair. I might add a little leave-in. Then again, I might just skip the leave-in. I'm going to go ahead and add in some Kenro Curl Glaze Mousse number 13. I'm going to go ahead and take my Lafine dryer and dry my hair. And then I'm going to do a third video to show you what my hair looks like dry. And then also, if you feel like your hair needs to be cut again, dry, you can cut it again. So I hope that helped you. So I lied to you. I'm sorry. I did not mean to lie to you. I said it was going to be a quadruple unicorn cut, 4 cuts, and I lied. I did a 5th cut. And I think my hair needed a 5th cut. And I think once I dry it and I style it, I'll be able to see if I need to cut it again dry. So I'm going to go style and dry, and then I'll pop on and let you know if we're going to cut it again, and if so, how I cut my hair dry. Stay tuned, wavies and curlies. Bye.